Bonjour, comment ça va? I hope you're doing well. I'm Dhvani and I'm here to talk French to you. So, on our today's agenda, we have French pronouns as well as the French verb être. Very, very important verb. It is equal to the English verb to be. So, these two things, our pronouns as well as the verb être, are literally going to be our building blocks to start making sentences in French and to start talking in French. But before we begin, let's quickly dig into the very first question I asked at the starting of this video. Comment ça va? You might be wondering what that means. Comment ça va? It means how's it going or how are you? Comment ça va? How's it going? But you would often hear people asking ça va, and it's the same thing. Ça va? Question mark. How's it going? And to reply to that, it could be as simple as ça va, full stop, which means it's going well. Ça va? Question mark. How's it going? Ça va, full stop. It's going well. But if it's going really well, for instance, you could be like ça va très bien. Très bien means very good. Très means very, bien means good. Ça va très bien. Or for instance, if it's not going very well, you could be like ça va pas très bien. Ça va pas très bien. Pas suggests negation. So ça va pas très bien. Let me actually enact to you a very typical small talk that I often engage in at work, and that always makes me laugh because it's like, what? So for instance, a colleague is walking by, so he'll be like, ah, salut, ça va? Ah, salut, ça va? Et toi, ça va? Oui, ça va? And he would just walk off. So yeah, well, that's a legit conversation. Like, it's a small talk, so it's not that deep, but you're just out of courtesy asking how the other person is doing, and they ask you the same. So voila. Now let us move on to our first topic, that is the pronouns. So as you can see on the screen, I have listed down all the pronouns, categorized them as singular and plural, and also first person, second person, and third person. It'd be great if at the same time you can take some notes because they always come in handy and it's always helpful. So let's begin with the first pronoun, that's je. I'm sure you know what it means. It means I. Je m'appelle. I. Je. Then the second pronoun is tu. That means you. Tu, you. Now, unlike in English where you is used in both singular and plural form, tu is only used here in French for one person. And also it's an informal pronoun. So you only refer to someone as tu if you know them, if you're friends with them, if you're family to them. So it's an informal pronoun. So you talk to your friends and you'd say tu. Tu t'appelles comment? What's your name? Tu t'appelles. Tu. Okay? Then we have il. That means he. Elle is she. Il, he, elle, she. Moving on, we have nous. It's first person plural. So it would be we. Nous. Then we have vous. That's second person plural. So in English it would still be you. But in French we have another verb pronoun, that's vous. So that's used for plural people. Like if there's many people in front of you and you're referring to them, you would say vous. But you can also use vous for one person if you want to give them some respect. So in a formal setting. In a formal setting, it could also be singular. As in, it could also be used to refer to just one person. So for example, you're giving an interview and so you would refer to the other person as vous, or your professors, or someone that you've never met and you're meeting them for the first time, it'd be vous. Just one person, but you could still use vous to give them respect. Then we have il. Again, you might feel that this il and this il, they are pronounced the same way, but you notice this little s at the end, it shows that it's for plural. Now in English, we don't have two pronouns. We just have they for third person plural. Be it a group of girls or a group of guys, we always use they. But in French, we have il with an S at the end and elle at the S and the end for a group of girls. It's femina and this is masculine. Now, you might wonder, you might ask yourself, what if it's a group of girls and a guys, like it's a mixed group? How would you refer them? Il or elle? And well, you use il if it's a mixed group. So in a way, only when if it's a group entirely of girls of feminine, you use elle. Alright, so it was very quick. There's not much to explain here. It'd be great if you can take notes, if you could note it down in your little French notebook. Je means I, tu is you, il, he, elle, she, nous, we, vous, it's you, plural or formally. And then we have il, elle, that's they. That's that. And now moving on to the verb être, that is the to be verb in English. So we have here our list of pronouns and we're going to add our être verb to it. So you will see it's conjugated very differently. Like in English, it would be I am, you are, he is. So for to be verb, we have am, is, and are in English. But well, in French, it's a bit more complicated than that. But it's just a matter of practice. Alright, so let's begin. Je suis. S-U-I-S. Je suis. Je suis. Tu es. Tu es. Tu es. Il, elle, est. It's pronounced the same way. This and this, they are pronounced the same way. But you see the little T at the end? Well, that's why we say that French is a bit complicated, because oftentimes we don't pronounce all the words, but you get used to it. Trust me, you get used to it. So, je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes. Nous sommes. So here we don't pronounce this part. In je suis, we don't really pronounce this. Anyways, nous sommes. Vous êtes. Vous êtes. Vous êtes. And il, elle, sont. We don't really pronounce this. Anyways, so je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Here you would see when I say vous êtes, since we are pronouncing it together, and as you can see, this starts with a vowel, so there becomes a liaison. So you pronounce them together. It becomes vous êtes. Normally when you say vous, we don't really pronounce the S. But because the next word that follows it has a vowel, we pronounce the two words together. So it becomes vous êtes. Vous êtes. Okay, one last time we do it, and maybe at the end we add a vocabulary so that you have a better vocabulary at the same time. So, je suis une femme. Femme means women. Femme. Women. Je suis une femme. Tu es un garçon. Garçon means a boy. Garçon. Un garçon. Tu es un garçon. So it means you are a boy. Tu es un garçon. il est un homme. Un homme. If we say il est un homme. That means a man. Or elle est une femme. Elle est une femme. Okay. Nous sommes des étudiantes. Des étudiantes. We did it in the last video. Étudiant means students. Nous sommes. We are students. Nous sommes des étudiants. Vous êtes. Vous êtes un médecin. It means a doctor. And lastly, for example, elles sont des chanteuses. It means singers. Now here for vous êtes, it could be just for one person, a doctor, so you're giving him some respect, so it'd be vous êtes un docteur. Or it could also be plural if it's a group of doctors, so vous êtes des médecins. Anyways, so there you go. So what we did in this video is the pronouns. So it'd be great if you could remember all the pronouns. And right after we have the verb être. So it could directly be je suis. So already when you do the verb, you're also remembering the pronouns. So I think this is what you need to remember. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Now, just right after, I'm gonna put a screenshot of an exercise or fill in the blanks where you would need to fill in the right conjugation of the être verb, and that way it will make you practice a little bit. And so I'll be like, it'll be the pronouns in the beginning, then the fill in the blank where you would need to fill the right conjugation of être verb, and at the end there'll be some vocabulary like we did here, and that will make you practice your vocabulary. So this is it for this video. I hope you found it resourceful. I really encourage you to do the exercise at the end of this video and even put it in the comment section so I can see that you're practicing, you're motivating, and it's always a pleasure to see that. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to this channel so that this can reach a wider audience. Thanks a lot, merci beaucoup et à la prochaine. Au revoir.